The recording in progress? It did. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to another Crypto Thursday or Crypto Meetup. I don't even know what we're calling these, but thank you for being here. We were worried for a second. It's like, where is everybody? But you guys are understanding the time when we start now, so you need to come early. But thank you all for being here so much. Today, we have a fun topic we're going to talk about on Bitcoin for businesses. So, like, you may want to consider adding it to your business or maybe consider just thinking about it right now. So we have a nice little PowerPoint we'd share with you, show you some diagrams. We have Nathan Kirby up here and Amanda. Say hello, Amanda.
Hello, everyone.
Guys, again, welcome from the club here. He says you may want to consider using Bitcoin in your business. I'm telling you, you want to. It's already happening. It's already adopting. If you don't do it, you're already behind times. We see globally what's happening right now. The United States, in my opinion, is totally behind on accepting Bitcoin. You go to a company like El Salvador right now, and you stop by the roadside and get a coconut, and the guy has a little PS system to accept Bitcoin now. So global adoption is already occurring. We just in this country are a little bit late, but as we adopt it, it's going to do well for the early adopters.
So, should we just go through this PowerPoint, show you some maybe reasons why you may consider it? All right. Share screen, share, go back over here, and nope, that's not on it. This one. There we go. So Bitcoin for businesses, protecting profits and securing your future. So an executive summary of all this or why you may want to consider it. Our fiat system, the traditional cash system out there right now, we are dealing with rising inflation that erodes the cash reserves out there. So why do you want to be keeping it in your business? So Bitcoin is a scarce asset, where it says hard capped at 21 million. So we don't have to worry about them printing it up to infinity like we see with the dollar and other currencies. And then companies that save in Bitcoin are building stronger balance sheets.
Let me add something here just a minute. I mean, we're inundated with this whole inflation, eroding of cash, and I think we get kind of immune to that. But I'll give you an example. I got 3 kids in college right now, and over the last 3 or 4 years, without reservation and hesitation, they're calling me on a regular basis, needing money just to buy groceries, and they buy groceries at the same time, same place every week, and I just see it. I just see, hey, Dad, I need $50 for groceries, so I send them $50. Of Publix cards or whatever, but it's affecting every level of our lives out here right now. So this is not something new. I think a lot of times we have heard about it so much about the rising of inflation, eroding of cash, we don't even realize it anymore. It's happening. It's continuing happening, and Bitcoin is the answer for this.
It is. And don't think this can't happen to the US dollar. It is the strongest reserve right there out there of all the currencies and whatnot. But again, stuff that can happen, I have some charts here, this is Venezuelans currency, the Bolivar. They experienced hyperinflation back really in start of 2014. And yeah, the country exited its hyperinflation around 2022, which was 12 months below the 50% monthly threshold of it all. But inflation is still on the rise there. And it takes inflation just rose 1,300. Is that 13,000? 1.3 million%. Literally, their dollar is useless now. People are leaving it in the streets out there, and it's not just happening in Venezuela. We even see it in the Lebanese pound, which it entered its hyperinflation back in 2020, first in MENA to do so under Hank's method, and then inflation later cooled down by 2025. So this year it's finally cooling down, but that's a huge drop right there. And then even in Africa, the Zimbabwe currency dealt with inflation too. But again, the US dollar is printing up so much. Here's the last chart over the last 30 years from where it used to be at. We've created a lot of dollars in 2020/2021 for that one reason that did take place during that time. But it briefly shrank the money supply and then they've shrank the money supply in 2022, 2023. But today, both the M2 and prices are rising modestly, while the Fed's balance sheet is still much smaller than its peak in 2022. So,
and it's interesting to note when they said they shrank it. What happened? This was right after COVID, the COVID checks and everything. They saw that they didn't get control of the economy at that moment. We were headed to hyperinflation at that moment where they were giving away money. So they arbitrarily just went in there and artificially downgraded what we were doing just to put a skid on this. So,
in the last 5 years, the dollar has lost 25% of its value. So it's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah. So it's not 13 million or $1 million worth of inflation, but guys, when you look at what you just said, the value of the dollar is dropping. And you get that with the increased production of creating dollars, and you get a double whammy there.
And because of this, we are looking for other alternatives, and that's where Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies come into play. Like, there's a huge market opportunity for your business. Like, at least 1 billion+ people already own or use some type of crypto globally. Younger generations are the fastest growing group of Bitcoin adopters. And Bitcoin ETFs, corporate treasuries, and governments are adopting it right now. And this little chart of like who's using the money out there. We got baby boomers with dollars, and then millennials and Gen Z were using the phone apps like Venmo or Cash App out there. But the next generation alpha, Bitcoin and crypto is all they're going to know. It will be their currency and they'll be using it. So it's the reason why we have to start using it and even adopting it in our business.
But we've seen a tremendous rise in older folks beginning to adopt this. My age, 64, 65 years older, have interest in this, and they have to, because as we live longer, we understand, and we hopefully understand, we're going to be in this marketplace. And if we don't get involved in it, we're behind. I mean, we're really behind. So people my age have to adopt this. It's not a matter of wanting to. Whether you want to or not, you're going to have to adopt this to play in today's economy.
Exactly. And there is customer demand and brand appeal to this. By having like a Bitcoin icon in your business logo, that would appeal a lot of people out there. Like, accepting Bitcoin equals appeal to high value tech forward customers out there. Like me alone, if I see a Bitcoin sign, I'll definitely go in there and support their business. It differentiates your brand as innovative and future ready. And also, customers spend more at businesses that support crypto. And like, it's just a little hypothetical. Like, I'm definitely a Starbucks man, but let's take that shopping center across the street. If a Starbucks opened up right next to that Dunkin' Donuts, and let's say Dunkin' started accepting Bitcoin, they put a logo in there. Even though I'm a Starbucks guy, I will go into Dunkin' just to support them for supporting Bitcoin. And again, I may have like 2 or 3 Starbucks a day, so maybe one of those would be Starbucks, but I'll support the other Dunkin' with the others.
But there's really no logical reason not to adopt this. I mean, it's happening. There's no, I mean, we can give you argument all day long for adopt. There's no argument against adopting Bitcoin as a form of payment anymore.
There really isn't. It's just another option and ability you can take advantage of, because like, again, it's a group of people out there who have Bitcoin. They want to spend it too. So it's like you're just hindering them from supporting your business by not accepting it.
Do you have slides about Steak and Shake, and is that part of the slide program here?
I don't know. Did you put one in there, Amanda?
It doesn't matter. If you didn't, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So you look at Steak and Shake right now. They accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. They were one of the first here in the United States to start doing that. Then a company called Sheets. It's a convenience store company up in Northeast, just like a Wawa is here, just same size. And people still don't believe us when we tell them every day between the hours of 5 and 7 o'clock, you can pull up there and you can buy $100 worth of gas. And if you pay for it in Bitcoin, you get the gas for 50 cents off everything you purchase during that time. And I know it doesn't make logical sense from a business standpoint, but number one, convenience stores have the most, one of the highest profit margins of anything out there. Their whole plan is they're adopting Bitcoin, or they're using Bitcoin or accumulating Bitcoin on their strategic reserve. And we all have a strategic reserve, guys. It's called your savings. If you don't have Bitcoin in your savings right now, you're way behind on what's going on.
Yeah, speaking of the savings, it leads into the next slide on just, it's a financial advantage too by using crypto and Bitcoin for your transactions. It's lower fees versus credit cards. Credit cards will charge you at least 2 to 4% per transaction. And if you're doing thousands of transactions, that can eat up compared to Bitcoin. And if you adopt like maybe a Lightning Network payment system for that, it's going to be way less than 1%. It's going to be microcents. So you're saving money there. And then also the settlements get settled, the transactions get settled instantly. So instead of having to wait 3 or 4 days on the credit card system, Visa or MasterCard, you get that liquidity right then and there. If you need to move it, put it to your Fold card, which is the way you can at least spend your Bitcoin if you wanted to right now. If you want to move it, you have it right then and there to use. So there's no waiting. And it's just also a great way to hedge against inflation. Holding Bitcoin protects your reserves. And like, even if you can just hold 0.1 Bitcoin, like this is like the long-term goal of it, like just hypothetical price points that were, I see it truly could happen in this range. But like let's say we bought 0.1 Bitcoins today, that's roughly around like $109,500. Well, that's where the current price is, $109,000. So really you're spending only like $10,000 on it. And then let's say by the end of the year, there's price predictions saying we'll hit 150 by the end of the year. So if it's 150, now you have $15,000 instead of that 10,000. And then 2028 rolls around, Bitcoin could be at about $500,000, $500,000, and then there's 50,000. And then 2032, Bitcoin could be at $800,000 per coin, and then there's 80,000. Then eventually we will, I truly believe we'll be at $1 million per Bitcoin sometime. These dates might not be accurate. They're just guesses of when they could happen. But by 2036, if we are seeing like $1 million Bitcoin at that point, now your business at least has $100,000 in its saving because of that 0.1 Bitcoin that you invested $10,000 in 10 years earlier. And these dates I put up there for it are really correlating to Bitcoin's halving event, where they cut the supply in half, and that's usually when we see price ranges. So our next crypto Bitcoin halving will be in the year 2028, around April. Currently today, about 3.125 Bitcoin gets newly created a day, or no, every block, 450 new Bitcoin a day. So once 2028 rolls out, that gets cut in half. It'll be now 1.75 Bitcoin. And so that would be, what's half of 450?
That would be 225.
Now, then in 2028, there'll only be 228 new Bitcoin being released every day. And so on. The halving events will continue on until the final Bitcoin's just done and gone in the year 2142, where all newly minted Bitcoin is created, it's in circulation, and now we're relying on transactions to happen.
So let me give you a practical. My involvement with the Bitcoin and blockchain really occurred for me, started occurring in August 19th of 2020. I lost my brother earlier that year. It was during COVID. So I lost my brother earlier that year in April to cancer, and lost my mother in June to cancer. We obviously couldn't bury anybody. So finally August rolls around. We're having a celebration of life. I'm literally standing over the grave about to bury my brother and mother. And I'm looking at this headstone where my dad had died years earlier. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of crazy. I mean, this is going to be my legacy, a tombstone. And when I left there, I think we paid like, I don't know, for the tombstone, it was like close to $4,000. And I left there and started thinking about legacy and how I could create some legacy and bring some sense to what we had gone through as our family with cancer. And when you were talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million, it sounds crazy, but August of 2020 is when I buried my brother and my mother, and Bitcoin at that moment was $11,000. What is it today?
109,000.
A 10x. Okay, you can argue with it all day long. But I mean, only a fool argues with the facts. The facts is it doesn't matter what you think. It's going to happen. Bitcoin will go to $1 million in some time. So from a business standpoint, if you look at it, I mean, you guys know me, know I've been in real estate business my whole life, pretty much. I don't ever see me ever buying another rental property in the rest of my life. Why would I do that? Why would I go out right now and go spend $300,000 or $500,000 to buy a house, put a couple $100,000 into it to renovate it, and then try to flip it, make what, $400,000 or $500,000? Why? Why would I expose that when I got an asset here called Bitcoin that has historically gone up 50% a year without any tenant, toilet, or trash involved in real estate? Why would I do that? No aggravation. Just set it and forget it. I think the worst thing that we do as human beings is we're not patient, and I am not patient.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Thank you. I'm not a very patient person. But if you look back over the course of the last 3 years since I've been heavily involved in this thing called Bitcoin, if I'd had just stuck my money in Bitcoin and left it alone and not tried to do anything with it, I'd be ahead of where I am right now in terms of the financial part of it. So again, he talks a lot of technical stuff. I'm more practical. Guys, I beg you guys to realize it doesn't matter whether you like it, you agree with it, or you know about it. It's already here.
Mm-hmm. Now, by also adopting it, you're gaining a competitive advantage. Early adopters attract headlines, loyalty, new markets. They stand out while the competitors hesitate, and future-proof your payment strategy. And again, like you attract headlines too. Like again, like how many news articles do we see from Steak and Shake and Sheets? And it's like anyone who adopts like a Bitcoin payment, they appear in the news. Like because us in the crypto community thrive on that. We love seeing it happen. So if you can take the advantage of it, like you can get in the paper, and then that could boost your own to just I don't know what am I trying to say. Again, boost your just IRs, your viewership. It's like people will notice you.
Recognition.
People who don't eat at Steak and Shake, but they saw that they accept crypto, and they're like, we got to go there and just test it out.
Just for the sake of it, of the exception of crypto. So as you look globally out there, I mean, guys, what we're going to do on a basis here, and I know Gloria is going to be like, don't mention this yet. We are actually in the process of creating a what do you call it, a database or a directory? A directory. So if you're part of our clubs, you're a member, we're going to have a directory out there. And if your business supports and accepts Bitcoin, we're going to promote your business. It's not going to cost you anything. We're going to promote your business because we want. And what does that do for us? It promotes the global adoption, local adoption. But some of the strategies we need to be, every place you do business right now, think about this. If you walked into a place you did business today and say, look, and you spend money there, and you say, hey, you guys need to start looking at accepting Bitcoin. That's a captive audience. If the guy or the lady running that business won't listen to you, go find somebody else to do business with. Okay, it's up to us. It's up to us as the pioneers to go out there and help further along. It's going to happen whether we're there or not. But if I go to my, actually, to give you a story, so I go to the dentist the other day for a cleaning. God forgive me for even doing it. I get in there, and by the way, you've got a root canal, it's gone bad. I'm going to have to snatch your tooth out, tooth fillings. I'm like, do you accept Bitcoin? This guy looks at me, accept Bitcoin. This is a dentist. He said, 1/3 of my take-home pay goes into Bitcoin. What? He says, can you show us how we can set my dentistry up to accept Bitcoin? So the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes, because they understand. I said, why would you accept Bitcoin? I want to use my dentistry to accept Bitcoin so I accumulate more Bitcoin. That's the whole reason for doing this, if you can. And if you look at a business and your profit margin within the business, we were talking about this earlier. If you could sit up and you could take 1/3 of your profits, if you could do this, and you could direct them to Bitcoin as a reserve and not touch it, in 10 or 15 years, you don't have to do business anymore. You don't have to go do anything anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just like that's one way to do it. And it's not just supposed to benefit you with your business. Like you can benefit your employees. Like what's better, like make a business thrive, but by having happy and well-treated employees, like they will work harder for you if you take care of them. You can probably even set like, I know we're even talks about this. Giller probably wants to mention this too. But we were working on like ideas, or it's in the talking phase. Just like how can we put up like some like type of like consultation business for companies out there where we can go out to them, assess them what they need, whether it be a point of sale system to accept Bitcoin. We'll get all their employees set up with crypto wallets, and then we can have a pathway where like you can like set up like almost like a 401k plan where like you can buy the crypto through us and like we'll distribute it to all your employees. It could be monthly, weekly. So it's all talks right now, but like there's so many advantages you can do and why you would want to adopt Bitcoin with your business right now. It's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit your employees. It's going to benefit everybody.
Yeah, these are not unique ideas. We had a guy come here the other day that has 5 employees, and he said to me, he says, I'm good to my employees. I said, okay, great. And I said, what are you doing? He says, I set aside silver every month for my employees. I want to see how we can do this with Bitcoin. Because physical silver, physical gold and physical silver, guys, you can do that. But try to take $2,000 worth of gold or $100,000 worth of gold across the border right now, it's not happening. You follow me? This thing called Bitcoin is so unique that a person can create a retirement fund for his employees and start dripping in daily, like a daily dollar cost averaging into his Bitcoin. He sees a need. He's got quite a bit of silver right now, but he says the problem is, what do I do with it? I keep it in a safe, but what do I do with it? I mean, I can't carry it anywhere. So he sees, and that's stuff we're working on right now, his ability to give a business the opportunity not only to accept Bitcoin, but show them how they can be good stewards of their money and better to their employees with this.
Yeah, and you were saying, yeah, it's like try to take $1 million worth of gold across the border. Can't happen. But at least with crypto, you have a global reach. It's borderless. There's no middleman gatekeepers behind it. So you can sell your stuff cross border without exchange rate issues. You're open 24/7 now with international customers. And again, just Bitcoin is just the universal payment for the entire world. Everybody's accepting and on board with it now.
Yeah, you as a business owner, and you guys, I say you young people, y'all showed me this. So as a business owner, you showed me something about a couple months ago because I was watching what you were doing, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He says, I'm paying for my rent with Bitcoin." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's 28th of the month, but it's due on the 1st, late on the 5th." He says, "Yes, but
Price is up right now.
price is up right now in Bitcoin. I think it's going to go down in the next 4 or 5 days," and it did. "I'm going to pay using $118 worth of Bitcoin value." And in 3 or 4 days, it dropped down to $111,000. So it cost him 8% less than what he paid his rent today. So as a business owner, you want to understand how you can hold your monies in the Bitcoin and immediately make an exchange over where you need it to go. So everything I do right now, you showed me, I was like, are you nuts? This is crazy. I think in my card, my debit card, I hold up, I don't know, $500,000 available right now on my debit card, but I instantly could sell Bitcoin if I need it. I mean, instantly, and make the payment. But I'm holding my assets in Bitcoin, and you've got to understand that strategy. Y'all taught me that, and thank you so much for teaching me.
Yeah, and I don't have a crystal ball of the future. I'm not a psychic, so like, how do I know price is going to go down? Well, I read the news every single day from my news channel. Like, that's my news channel. I read daily crypto news articles because mainstream doesn't share it. So this is me doing my own research, not just sharing it with everyone else who doesn't have time to browse all these articles out there, what's happening in the space. But just by me seeing what's happening around the world, that's where I get these feelings from. It's like, well, why do I think prices are going down? Well, let's see. Giant whale just moved Bitcoin to an exchange. That's usually a telltale sign that they're wary and they might be planning on selling their crypto, because like a whale in crypto could be moving like $100 million worth of Bitcoin. And if they move it to an exchange, that's kind of the telltale sign they're going to sell. If you sell on exchanges, that's why the price will fall down. So it's just feelings I get just from the news articles I see, which gives me a little insight. So not like I can't time it. Nobody can time that market.
And guys, don't listen to what we say. Just do your own research. Just get out and get busy. Don't be lazy mentally. This is a brand new frontier, and if you're going to benefit from it, you've got to learn some of the things about this frontier. We can tell you all day long, and you can follow what we're doing. The challenge with following what we're doing in anything we're doing is the problem with it is you're not around us 24 hours a day. So if I decide to make a right turn, if you're not there, if you don't make that turn with me, there's a good chance you're going to get wrecked.
But the more you understand, the less it'll feel. Personally, I don't even like to keep money in my bank account. I'd rather have it in crypto or cash, just because I prefer to keep it in crypto, because if it's sitting in my bank account, it's just losing value. So I just want to keep it in an asset that's continuing to appreciate.
Yeah, these young folks, they challenge me every day in terms of my old way of strategy with business, the way I think, the way I operate in business, and they'll say something it took me a minute, because my first reaction to anybody my kid's age is, what do you know about business? Really, seriously, what do you know about business? I don't say that to you, I don't think, do I? I might. What do you know about business? But if I think about what they're saying, wait a minute, they're looking at it from a totally different set of glasses than I did. Okay? They're looking at it from a technology. And if I'll just listen and think, wait a minute, this might be right, and I'll shift. And we get in some healthy arguments about, why are you doing this? You shouldn't do this. I mean, we have some good competitive conversations, but at the end of the day, the younger crowd, they see things differently. They're not so jaded to what life is in a lot of ways. So the refreshment of what y'all teach me and what you show me, and you bring things to me, and I'm like, wait a minute, and I make my decisions based off of that, what they show me.
Yeah. Patience, like you said, you don't have, so it's a good thing, and that's something you do need in the space, because this will frustrate you a lot, especially if you try to get into like the centralized exchanges, something doesn't go right, and you try to get a hold of customer support.
What customer support? God, he's walked me off the ledge many times when I was like, what is wrong with this?
The AI robot. It's like you got to deal with that before you can actually get with an actual employee from their customer service.
There's companies out there that will fight Coinbase for you, because it is really hard to reach them.
Yeah, some of the choice words I have when I try to get on and do something, it's like, I said, what is going on here? It's AI. You got to talk to AI. And I'm like, what? Are you crazy?
You just kept yelling at it, like going, customer service. It's like, Nathan, you're confusing the AI. It's going to restart if you do that. So you got to be patient and go with emotions. Listen to what the AI says, answer it, and then the next step. Don't just yell at it, push a button, because I would cause you to restart all over again. And then by the end of the day, you got nowhere because you couldn't deal with the AI system. So it does take a lot of patience.
Hey, move on, please.
All right, let's go into like, how can your business actually accept it? Like, so the implementation part of it all, there's simple integrations that you can use that connect already to your point of sale systems. You got BTC Pay out there, Strike, OpenNode, BitPay. We tried this one in NowNodes before the earlier days in our system, but that one didn't work out too good with subscription models, but it still did work with accepting payments in it. So like NowNodes is still another option you can use, which just connects to your website, your POS system, And these third-party integrations are good for those businesses that want to have at least a tax report to report the taxes and all that. But a better way to do, I think, is just go peer-to-peer, create a wallet for your company, and then some of those transactions, have it go straight over there. Other ones can be the fiat side that you keep track of.
It all depends on the strategy, though, because if you want to be able to maybe keep 20% go in your Bitcoin reserve and 80% to auto convert, you can set up the POS system to do that for you. If you could have maybe someone wants to pay an XRP or Litecoin or any of those, it could auto convert 20% cash and then 80% cash and then 20% into Bitcoin or whatever else you wanted to.
Yeah, so with these third-party guys, you don't have to just fully accept all crypto. They give you options. It can be 50%. Give me half Bitcoin, half USD, or give me 75% US dollar and 25% XRP. Like they give you choices too, like how much you actually want to receive on the other end without having to deal with the volatility of the Bitcoin price market.
Talk about and guys, there's a company called Fold. This is what y'all introduced me to. It's a debit card that is attached to your debit card. Is that where it works? But
debit card, bank account.
This is the easiest way I have seen for anybody to start up to receive Bitcoin or to pay with Bitcoin is that thing called the Fold card. And this is where I hold any Bitcoin I'm not holding on off of the exchange is held right here. That way, if I decide to buy something, I literally can go in the Home Depot, wherever it is, and I can look at the price and say, okay, it's going to be about $300. I go right here, and it's literally sell $300 worth of my Bitcoin. It's instantaneous. Within seconds, it pops up, and now it's available for me in fiat off that card. So this will be the first step, I think, for people.
And you're not just spending that Bitcoin. You're also getting a nice percentage back in Bitcoin because you're earning Bitcoin when you use that card.
Yeah, so every time I buy something using that card right there, I earn 1.5%, 2%, 3% back in Bitcoin on the purchase I just made. So I think if you're going to go all into Bitcoin, you need to go all into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And this is the way you learn it, is getting involved in stuff like this.
Now, the strategic impact of all this is it gives you brand leadership. So position your company as an innovator ahead of the competitors. You're going to get customer connection with it. You're going to build trust and loyalty with the tech forward and high value customers out there. And then the future growth with exposure to Bitcoin's long-term appreciation and global adoption. You're going to be benefiting from all of these factors right here.
Yeah, I was thinking, if you don't mind me sharing with you coming in, your shop name is what again? Ron, he owns two shops here, donuts, New York bagels, coffee, and stuff like this. I was thinking about as we got through talking, and you look out there with these other strategies out here. I mean, you could look at your business right now and say on a particular day, when you do your demographics of the most busy days or less busy days, whatever you call that, but you could say, let's say Tuesdays is not a good day for you. You actually could run a special on that day, come in and pay for Bitcoin and get XYZ for it. I mean, we could do a lot for that. It'd be exciting to help you with that, to see how we could make this work for you. And we need that from our standpoint, that as a case study as we move forward to these other businesses. So I'd love to work with you on that. So the big question is, why didn't you bring us some donuts tonight? That's the big question right there. That would have been very strategic on your part to do that. But go ahead.
So we have some real world examples here. Mandy, you found these. So you did a little bit more research. Talk about the businesses out there already accepting Bitcoin and are utilizing it. We already know Steak and Shake and Sheets, but here are some other ones you may have not known of around here.
Yeah, there's the 11 nightclub in Miami. They were the first like big nightclub to start accepting crypto, and in 2021 they did 7 figures in crypto transactions. Some days they did 6 figures in one night. As well as the H. Gregg Auto, they accept crypto directly because they like to keep it on their balance sheet, so they don't use one of the POS systems, so they don't have like to pay any of the fees. But that's because they're trying to stack up Bitcoin, because it's year over year it's done 50% average growth. Ralph Lauren in Miami, they accept Bitcoin. There's another Art Condos. They recently sold a penthouse for $22 million in Bitcoin, and they also have the strategic reserve, so they just accept it directly. AT&T, you can pay your bill Bitcoin.
Like that's via BitPay, so that's a third party they're utilizing to connect with their systems.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of companies, they use third parties because they want to convert it to the stable coin, but it just depends on their strategy. If they're trying to reach to a wider audience or if they're just trying to build up their reserve. And AMC, Gucci accepts Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, like Shiba Inu. And then there's another condo business. They do crypto rebates if you pay in crypto. The One Park Sarasota if you buy a condo from them.
Wow. So I didn't even know about this. So really, from a business standpoint, if you accepted Bitcoin over going through a normal credit card or credit card transaction, you automatically get an increase of 4 or 5%. So if you're charging $100 and you accept Bitcoin, you automatically got a 4% increase because you didn't pay those fees.
Yeah, that's why some of these companies that have these high ticket items, they prefer if they just do the Bitcoin directly because if it's a high ticket item, that 3% fee is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see guys, even people that we have do business with that begin to adopt this. As you said, the peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer is just person to person. Is what all that means. It took me a while to understand that. But peer-to-peer is just this person doing business with this person. If a guy cuts your grass and he charges you $100, whatever the number is, literally you can say, okay, hold on, what's your address? Boom, 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 bam, 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 automatically shows up in his. I mean, that's how easy this stuff is. And I tell people, if somebody my age can learn this stuff and not only learn it but adopt it and be almost giddy about it. I mean, y'all think I'm silly sometimes when y'all explain stuff to me. I discover stuff that y'all already know. But for me, somebody my age, it's pretty daggone cool to see how this stuff works.
I mean, I think it's exciting too. When I heard about Sheets, I'm like, I gotta like being able to get a discount half off, and then you can rebuy your Bitcoin, and then you just basically got free Bitcoin just because you paid in it. And I think it's all that stuff
Yeah, I'm
is
still
amazing
thinking
as well.
donuts. Buy 3 get 1 free. I don't know. If you pay in Bitcoin, seriously. Do your own research.
Yeah.
Next. I don't know. We don't know. It's just this stuff pops up today. It's like, what?
Yeah, and AMC, I'm not sure if they're still doing that, but I remember covering that article like a little bit ago. When did Taylor Swift have her concert in the theaters? Because that was a partnership with AMC and Taylor Swift for their concert. Like, I think she was going to get a majority of the profits for whoever paid in Bitcoin. So those were musicians out there taking advantage of this partnership with cryptocurrency because the music industry already takes their fair share of their earnings and revenue. So like this is a way to also give them more freedom with their money and their earnings.
About 4 or 5 years ago, some young man that came out, got a contract with the NFL, took his payment.
What was that guy's name?
His name was took his payment in Bitcoin. They thought he was a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fool. I mean,
literally covered.
My God,
it exceeded more than what his salary was.
Oh, it's incredible! It's incredible.
Yeah, so people will think you're the fool for doing it, but in the long run, you're the winner in the top.
Yep.
And again, Bitcoin is not the future, it's present right now. So adopt now, lead the market, and secure your advantage for this future we're living in now. Don't fall behind. There was a quote I had earlier today. It's like, you can easily ignore Bitcoin, but you cannot ignore the impact and adoption it's having today.
Right.
What else are you got with the businesses?
I'd like to give y'all some practical, if you don't mind giving your seat to Jody, please. Jody, will you walk up here wherever you are? Some of the things I try to look at when we start talking about businesses is really the practical side of this. One of the things I support and really promote out here is health, physical health, wellness, health and wellness, and health and wealth. And the other part is philanthropy. And the philanthropy part of it is I see Bitcoin, and guys, I have a cancer foundation I started years ago. One of the biggest problems I had was when I looked at what it took to move it forward was it takes money, guys. It really takes money. Was when you look at most, and I'm not kicking no foundation, no nonprofit, I'm not, but when you look, most of these foundations out there, they spend the majority of their time trying to collect money, trying to kind of get money. So now they got the money, and when you look where the money goes, in some cases, when a company was able to attract $1 million worth of donations, sometimes less than 10% of 10% that goes to the bottom line. So that to me, that was like, that didn't feel right to me. So one of those things I went through mentally with Bitcoin was, I said, wait a minute. Bitcoin is a way to create legacy. And I think go back 2020, August 2020, when I was burying my mother and brother, the headstone was $4,000. Literally, if I'd have taken $4,000 that moment and stuck it in Bitcoin, okay, I could essentially create a legacy for my mom and something that could have been paid out for the rest forever and ever. And that's why I wanted you to come up here. Jody works with us here, and she does an unbelievable job. Jody and Gloria is the glue that keeps us going. But I know she was doing things. What are you doing this weekend? I'm actually going to rescue cats. Do what? I'm gonna go. What is it you do? You trap cats.
You make it sound worse than
It's okay.
okay?
Evil when you put
Trap cats. But no, you trap cats. The other part of it is the evil part. But go ahead.
Okay, so I have cats.
Yes.
Okay. And I call myself a cat rescuer. So I'm a volunteer with a group of a lot of other people here locally. But I have two very close friends. We've been doing this for several years. If anybody is familiar with the term TNVR or TNR, it's called Trap, Neuter, Vaccinate, and Return. So I'm sure everybody has seen a stray cat in your neighborhood. Don't know where it belongs, whether it's a pet or a stray animal. Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of stray animals on the street that were born on the street just because the kitties aren't being spayed and neutered. So the trap, neuter, return are for the feral colonies that are out here on the street. So we go out, we set up a trap, put some yummy little snacks in them. The kitty goes into it. We have relationships with local rescues and vet clinics that will do the spay and neuter and a vaccination for the animal. And then what we do is put it back out to the street. That sounds evil, but it's not. It's not, because what it now does is control the population of those colonies. I mean, we literally have some locations where some mobile home parks, and I won't say names, but they won't even allow us in because there's so many of them that they don't want us to take them away to get them spayed and neutered and bring them back because they want the overpopulation to disappear. Well, we don't just take them away and put them to sleep. That's not how it's done. And eventually, unfortunately, the cycle will run its course because an outdoor colony, an outdoor cat, their lifespan is really truly only about 3 to 5 years. Litters are born every day, and some of them, most of them, don't even survive being born on the street. I actually have a foster right now that's about 3.5 months old. Right now, she was noticed by herself for a month. Nobody knew who she belonged to for a month, and a woman was feeding her. I've got her at my house right now. She's already been spayed. Turns out she's friendly. So the friendly ones I'm able to find a new home for. So she's going to go hopefully into a rescue. But the TNVR is important because we're saving lives. I mean, some of these animals are sick too, and they can get some medical treatment while they're at the clinic. But somebody has to help these animals that are on the street that didn't ask to be born on the street, and they're just trying to survive. So the little bit that we can do for them is important, and it helps to control the population. Maybe they won't be crossing streets as often and be getting hit by cars because the males are neutered and they're not traveling looking for their girlfriends.
That's what guys do, right? I mean,
It's what dudes do. They go looking for the girls. So the boy kitties get killed. They get hit by cars, and the females do the same thing when they go into heat. So we're really helping to protect their life and let them live a little bit longer too. They can't be pets because they're feral. They can't be touched, but they don't deserve to die.
So this was the thing when I was asking, because I want to know what people do on the week. Hey, what are you doing? And she told me this. I was like, wow. Who pays for this?
Nobody.
Well, she's like, most times I do. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You're spending your days to go do this thing. There's got to be a way. So I started talking to her. I said, listen, let's begin setting up something where we can attract donations to your cause, but the donations will be in Bitcoin. We're not going to, we're going to say, hey, if we get $1,000 or 10, whatever the number is, we're not going to spend that $1,000 or $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. We're going to set it up in an account and borrow against it. Okay. The Bitcoin will stay there. we'll borrow against it, or we'll move it to another coin, which creates some type of what do you call it when you stable when you put your coins in there and they kick back? What's it called?
Oh, yield bearing.
Yield bearing coins. Yeah. So I mean, the key is to take that asset and not spend it, and that's what we can do with Bitcoin, because I can show people with Bitcoin the way it goes up every year. If you properly manage it, you will never outrun money. That's what the thesis was with creating legacy with my family. Hey, I could put up X number of dollars. If Bitcoin goes up 30-40% a year at $10,000, that's $3,000 or $4,000 a year that can go in honor of my mother to a foundation. I don't have to touch it, but every year, even after I'm gone, somebody will remember my mother because they get money for it. And this is what I saw with you. I was like, my God, you're spending your time, your money. There's got to be a way that we can go to these nonprofits and begin to do this. So nonprofit, it is a business, guys. Obviously, no. Your business is a business, but nonprofit's a business, so it all takes money.
And nonprofits are majority volunteer run as well, especially animal rescues. And so, I mean, I'm just one of a very large group of people here locally, and it happens all across the country. But it's a lot of time. We buy food and supplies for them. There is grant money available to the vets and to the clinics, so they can apply for the grant funding, and then they put the message out to the community that they're going to do a spay event on Saturday, and they only have 50 spots. So all of the people trapping, we can only catch 50 cats and get them spayed or neutered. But if there was more money available, such as this, where we set up a fund from Bitcoin that continues to appreciate in value. So your $100 today is $200 next month, $500 in 6 months, $5,000 next month. And it only started with the 100. And this now gives us the opportunity to pay for these surgeries so that we don't have to wait 3 more weeks because there's no funding available until next month for these surgeries. The money is needed. And having this opportunity to use Bitcoin as the way to increase that fund is just, I couldn't even believe it when.
Yeah. So guys, I mean, yeah, Bitcoin Ben, his clubs obviously are, you know, we have membership dues and all that kind of stuff. But what we begin to see is the inherent power in this thing called Bitcoin can be utilized in different areas. And the thing about it is, if you have a foundation, I tell people all the time as I sit down and talk to them, okay, you got to take care of your health. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. You got health, wealth, and the philanthropy. I beg you, if there's some area of your life that really moves you, if you see something going on out there that you're like, I would love to be able to do something with that, whatever that might be, children, hungry children, whatever it might be. Mine happens to be early detection of cancers. Yours is with the cats. Whatever it is you got, we all got something that really moves us. I'm just telling you, get with us, because we would like to see how we could create something, because it doesn't take but one donation of Bitcoin to last a person's lifetime. So that's what I wanted to create, show you. Bitcoin is, it's about business, but it's about everything we do out there. And I truly believe Bitcoin is a lifeboat for us in every area of our life when it comes to finances. What else we got?
I don't know. What else do you guys have?
Any questions of
Yeah,
y'all? I
questions?
mean, we're going to, hold on, wait, we're running.
There's another one on
I
your
need to
desk.
stay up here, but thank you
Yep.
for
Thank
letting
you,
me share.
thank you, Jody, so much for sharing this. Sharing that with
Behind your
us.
soda.
Anything on the on your little computer there? I don't understand what y'all do, but anybody ask any questions? Chat box.
Any chats? Well, we just got Brian Atberry asking how much this recording is, because this is so valuable. So thank you.
Oh, it's $1,000. Bitcoin.
I'll get this up on our BBTV channel, probably the Bitcoin Ben channel too. So you'll be able to rewatch it on his channel right there.
Cool. Any questions?
How would you borrow against your Bitcoin?
Wow, that's a great question. So there's companies out there right now that there's companies.
In
The question
fifth
is,
grade reading, in fifth grade language.
what? No, it's okay. 5th grade language, which you must know. That's all I went. Got 6th grade education. That's all I got. But so we're good. So it's really easy. There's companies out there there's a company called Salt.
They're like the main one, the big one out there.
It's the big one. Okay. It's called Salt Lending, and you can borrow up to 70% against your Bitcoin. And I think the interest rate is what right now? Maybe 7-8%.
I think so. I thought it was like none for a certain amount of time, but then it goes into that.
Whatever. There's an interest rate on it. But I tell you, based off what we're seeing here is if it's a legitimate company you can borrow with, the interest rate that you're paying will be far less than what you're exceeding with your Bitcoin. That is a strategy right now. We don't tell anybody what to do, guys. But I mean, some of the strategies we're showing people is borrow money, go buy Bitcoin. This is crazy when I started looking at this. Borrow $100,000 if you can, buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. Then lock that Bitcoin up, rebar 70% loan to value on that, and do it all over again. It's a tremendous strategy out there right now. I do know that our credit union,
The Key Capital is coming soon.
there we go. Private Key Capital. We just finished the all the stuff we had to do in El Salvador. We fully own that credit union now. We're going to open our first branch of that in West Palm Beach, and we'll be making Bitcoin backed loans based off of that. Tremendously competitive rates out there right now.
Yeah, well, since we're talking about the private key bank and everything as well, it's like we're talking about like savings account too. It's like, why keep your money in the savings account? Like it's only really 0.1% that you get from like your traditional bank account. Private key capital, you at least earn 4% on your savings account, whether it's Bitcoin or USD.
Yeah, it's 4 point. I mean, guys, if you're going to go into Bitcoin all in, I'm telling you, and it took me a little bit to go all into Bitcoin. I'm all into Bitcoin. I mean, it makes no more sense to me. As I say, I love real estate. I love buying real estate, flipping real estate, and all that. But it makes no sense in any area anymore to focus on that as a way of create wealth. Any more questions?
So my next question is, so these companies are accepting Bitcoin and they're getting our money that they invest into Bitcoin at bigger percentages of buying deposits. So we're fueling them to get more value for them to buy the Bitcoin. We're giving them leverage. Where do we fit in? Yes, we get short-term benefits, but I'm just trying to understand from that angle.
What these companies have done, and I've looked at it, I was like, didn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay. They understand the scarcity of Bitcoin. Okay. What they're doing is saying, look, like Sheets, we're going to give you a discount so that we can collect Bitcoin. They understand the value in it. I now see the value of me collecting as much Bitcoin as I can on every transaction I do and having that as a strategic reserve, call it savings, whatever it is. So yeah, they're playing the game. They're playing the game to the fullest. They're trying to get us to give our Bitcoin to them. They are. But I mean, my God, what we're doing right now, what these guys have taught me is, hey, you go buy something with Bitcoin, and you immediately have the opportunity. So I'm getting a discount or a rebate when I buy something with Bitcoin. I literally at that moment, because there's some of these things that you get 5% back. It's crazy, but it comes up. It says you got a 5% back. I bought something the other day, whatever it was, a couple $100. It's like, boom, you got 5% back for that Bitcoin. I immediately went back and bought the same amount of Bitcoin. So I just made 5% on my money in a second. So those are the strategies we need to look at. These are the strategies that big companies.
Not to interrupt you, but basically that is their game plan. That is their strategy. Have these consumers give us the money to buy in Bitcoin so we can go ahead and buy more based off of what
they're not saying give us money to buy Bitcoin. They're saying, hey,
no, but
we accept your Bitcoin.
We accept your Bitcoin so we can get more money to accumulate.
If that's what they're doing, and it is what they're doing, then we play the game saying we try to. And that's why I have gone away from basically cashless, and I hold everything I can in Bitcoin. I'm trying to play the game they are.
Yeah, and I'm not downing their strategy. I just want to make sure I understood it and that I got where they're coming from.
Yep, 100%. They're trying to accumulate Bitcoin. 100%.
And also just to survive. They understand like this is a dying currencies are going away, it's debasing.
I think you're exactly right.
They know they have to survive, and this is their tool to use to survive.
It's a survivability for these companies out there.
Got a question here and then a couple over here.
And a couple online too.
I think I might have missed something about your credit card. Are you buying cheeseburgers with the greatest asset ever created, or are you borrowing against it
Yeah, it's a debit card. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a debit card. So this is what they showed me. I can strategically make payments whether it's a cheeseburger or not. So if I go buy a cheeseburger today for $10 worth of Bitcoin, I just got a discount. I got discounted because I got a rebate. I immediately go back in and replace my Bitcoin by buying more right then. Right then. Because there's a fee.
There's a fee.
There's a fee to
When
borrow against
you're
it.
against it, you just don't want to go blow it on that Ferrari, new house, and everything. You want to put that into another
That's
cash flow project.
Yeah, that's a great question. I want to make sure I hit you understand this. So if I go buy $100 worth of goods today and pay Bitcoin with it, and I get a 5% rebate, I just made $5 on that $100 worth of Bitcoin. I can immediately, right then, the second, go buy $100 worth of Bitcoin back, and there's no fee to buy the Bitcoin with that card. So every transaction I make is based off, I'm going to get money back for doing this transaction, for giving up my Bitcoin, but I immediately can go back and buy Bitcoin because it costs me nothing. And it's easy. It's so easy how we do this.
Question. Many people reach the age of Social Security. So in that regard,
Yep.
Can people receive their Social Security check and then put that into a Bitcoin
Yes.
situation?
And let me
Or-
tell you,
or
let me tell you,
Can they get the federal government to actually direct deposit that into?
you can, so on your, I'm not, I guess I am advocate for fold card. You can right now on your fold card, you can say, hey, I want to do a direct deposit from anywhere it comes in. And the moment it gets direct deposit, it immediately gets converted over to Bitcoin for you. Immediately. It's already there. I don't know about Social Security check, but I guarantee you, you can,
Right.
as long as you can do a direct
Direct
deposit,
deposit.
it immediately converts the moment it comes into your account, whatever the spot price is for Bitcoin, converts right into Bitcoin.
So the fold card would be the mechanism to receive the direct deposit.
Absolutely. It's what I'm doing.
And isn't that what's being discussed already up in the government and all, just like for
Listen,
security,
yes,
insurance, and all of that?
there's so much going on with our federal government about Bitcoin as a reserve for everything we're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Can you imagine, out of all the money we collect in this nation, if we put it in an asset and that asset kicked off 50% returns, we wouldn't have a problem in this country. We wouldn't be running out of money on any program we're in right now. We just wouldn't. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want you to go back to where you pay your rent,
Mm-hmm.
how you are getting a discount on your rent when you're selling the Bitcoin at the right time. Explain how the very
Let me take the first.
simply,
Mhm.
so I can
Let me take the first part.
understand the
Let's just say his rent's $1,000. Okay. He pays using his fold card with $1,000. He gets a rebate for paying for his rent right then. It's probably 2.5%.
Mhm.
Okay. Number one. Number two is you take care of the second part. So he's getting money for paying using his fold card, 2.5% for making his rent payment. So he got $25 back on that.
Part two is Bitcoin's a volatile asset. It goes up, it goes down. So when the moment I got it, and when the time for rent is coming around, the price already went up there. So I'm already getting that increase in value.
Slow down.
Wait.
She needs slow down. She needs to understand what you just said. So let me just say this. So he bought Bitcoin at $100,000, I don't know, 2 months ago. So that's what he paid for his Bitcoin. Bitcoin now is
10,000.
10,000, whatever it is, $110,000. So he already has a 10% increase in what he purchased for. You follow me on that?
Mhm.
Slow down and go ahead because you were a little
Mhm.
fast.
So yeah, so
a
then
month ago you bought it.
and I'm buying all the time. So, but again, the different prices. Let's say like it was 100,000, price went up to 110. There's that 10%. I'm using my fold card, so I'm already getting that percent back on that too. So originally out of the $1,000, what would that percentage really be going down? I believe 10%.
He's paying $1,000, or he's paying
Like I'm still paying
$1,000.
that 1,000, but the value and the earnings I got is what differentiate that discount.
So you think you're really paying $900?
Definitely he's paying $900. not think, definitely is paying $100. And there might be an easier way to explain that. Maybe, I'm sure there is.
We'll do one more question in the room, and then I think we have some
Okay.
Zoom questions as well.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead, Anna.
I think it's really important to understand too that with that strategy, it's brilliant. However, it's important too to learn when you can get in and get out and the best times to buy. Without promoting my services, that is something I teach.
Yep.
But I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm literally saying great strategy. However, there's another piece to it in order to get the best value to do that strategy.
Yeah,
Long-term strategy is best is dollar cost averaging. It doesn't matter what price the crypto is. I'm just trying to lower my entry point. So if Bitcoin was at 110,000, I bought it there. Price dipped down to 100,000. Now my dollar cost average is like 105,000.
Yeah, that's what I used to teach people or tell people. The problem with trying to time the market is you can't time the market. So the dollar cost averaging for the average person is the greatest way to enter any market out there. Just go into it by a little bit, buy it over time, and over time you're going to get it. The average purchase price is going to be whatever it is. Plus, it gets in the habit of doing it. You know what? I have people say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a piece of real estate when real estate goes down." Well, when do you know this? Okay. If you have the money, go ahead and make the investment. Now I say, people say, well, I'm going to wait and buy Bitcoin when it goes down. No, buy it now. And I've had to learn that myself, the whole dollar cost averaging instead of trying to time the market.
And then more than ever right now, too, the market is so undetermined. We don't know what's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin. Or do we have a delayed cycle? Is this a new 5-year cycle we're getting? Like, we don't know yet. But again, just if this is a long-term thing, take away the like, when do I buy, when do I sell? Just take that out of the equation. Good news is if Bitcoin just keeps going up, hey, that's awesome. I'm still holding the same amount. I didn't sell to try to take profit to wait for a dip because it's going to keep going up. Downside, we do have a dip. It goes back down. I'm not selling it. I don't plan on doing that. I still have enough to survive and all that stuff. But I'll just wait 2 years, and next thing you know, we're experiencing new all-time highs.
I kind of look at Bitcoin as if you got to have a place to live, and I tell people all the time in real estate, people are like, well, what if I buy this house and spend $1 million for it and it drops to $800,000? So you still got to have a place to live. I've decided financially, Bitcoin is my place to live. I'm not worried about the volatility of it going up and down. I've got to have a place to live. Financially, I got to have a place to live. I've chosen Bitcoin moving forward. Questions on the
All right.
chat. Okay.
Chat from Fallion Tran. So what do you think about the current market condition right now? Answer that one right now. It's all noise right now. Honestly, it's weak hands moving into the stronger hands. We keep getting news all the time. So adoption, this company bought that much, this one did that. So they're still acquiring it. And they're wondering, well, then why is the price not moving because of it? Because they're doing it over the counter or peer to peer. That doesn't affect that price range. They don't want to go to the exchange and cause the price to spike up like no other. They want to get as much Bitcoin as they can. So they're going to do over the counters, buy directly from the miners as much as they can until they stop. And when they won't sell them anymore, they're going to be forced to go to the exchanges to keep acquiring it. And then that's when we'll see like a godlike candle happen. But right now, I just see this as white noise, just weak hands going to the stronger ones. And
I love it, guys. I mean, you folks have been around me know enough to know I do tremendous trading in the market in terms of these altcoins and stuff like that. I mean, today I had, Today I had 5 coins that I have dropped by 25%. And what did I do? I bought more of the 25% coins, guys, because I believe in them. The strategy is really simple. If you listen to the noise, because we talked about noise all the time, I'm like,
that was today's class.
Huh?
That was today's class.
Yeah, just the noise out there. Guys, look, if you believe in what we're doing, if you believe in Bitcoin, if you believe in that as a store of value, which we do all believe in over the dollar, then my thesis is this, and it really is. I have alert on my phone right now. If a coin I bought goes up by 50%, it alerts me. So I maybe won't take profits. Okay. If it goes down by 25%, I automatically buy, or 20%. Automatically buy. I don't even think about it. I just go to my phone. If I get alert at 2:00 in the morning, which I'm nuts and I do, well, that went down by 50%. I buy $100 worth right then. I don't even think about it. And the crazy piece I'm learning about this whole marketplace is, usually within 24 hours, it's back to the price it was. It's so volatile. And if you like that fast action roulette type of stuff, that'd be something to get into. Huh?
That's for you. Not
That's
for me.
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
I like the long term.
He's
We'll
like
just
long
dollar
term,
cost
he's like
average
our
my
youth.
way in till the day I die, and my kids are taking over the plan.
So luckily, he says you're going to crash and burn, and so far I haven't crashed and burned. So we'll see.
Another part to this question, though, was when you borrow against Bitcoin, when the Bitcoin value drops, do they recall the loan? More like
Yes, there is a mechanism in there. Now, this is why SALT will not loan any more than 70% loan to value. Because in their belief is they don't believe Bitcoin will drop more than 30% after the loan they made. But there's a mechanism in there. If it was to take that dive, they're able to sell enough Bitcoin to bring you back to where they need you to be in their reserves. So be aware of that. So my theory on that is if you're going to loan Bitcoin, don't go 70% loan to value, go 50% loan to value, because I don't see Bitcoin dropping by 50% historically. It could, but I tell people right now, I think you can take every coin out there. I really believe this. Every coin I've researched, 2,500 coins over the last a year, and I've got 84 I'm involved in right now. I believe you could take 85, put it on on a board out there and throw darts at it, and you hit 10 of them, you're going to make money off of them. This is just where we are right now.
But you really got to do the research, though. Don't just listen to anything you see on there. Like, I went to this website and they said this was the most pristine asset. It's going to do this. And then it got rug pulled.
Yeah, I don't listen. Anything I invest in, I do take a look at it. I want to see is there any legitimacy behind it? Maybe or maybe not. What's the case use of it? But really, is I tell investors right now, technical analysis in the market right now, in this market, has very little to do with the volatility of the market. It's if a person believes it's going to go up and somebody buys it or somebody sells it. Now, once we get past what we're going through right now in this marketplace, then you better be able to read the charts. You better be into that. But right now, it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with it. And I can prove that based off what I'm doing right now. I make more money off trading coins than I do trading in the market right now.
And then was there anything else on here? Bitcoin bull, not sure, I just said POS listed, BTC Pay, etc. But then he was also commenting on the fold card. SSA checks can go into the ACH routing, including Sutton Bank for fold, as well as USD deposits into the fold card, but then BTC can be purchased with the USD wallet on fold.
What did he say? What?
The let's see, where's it? The SSA checks.
So Security Administration checks cannot go directly in.
They can go into any ACH routing, including Sutton Bank for fold. So yeah, so
guys, this is a secret weapon that we're not utilizing. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just telling you. Everything I've got right now from different things I do is going to be direct deposited in that account right there.
Can you all hear me?
Just direct deposit and automatically convert it over to Bitcoin because I know how quickly I can convert it to fiat when I need it.
All right.
Oh,
what was that?
That's
great. You had on there.
You had Greg on the background. Anything else before we shut this down?
Nothing else online. Anything else from you guys?
No, guys. Thank everybody on Zoom. Thank you, Misty.
Thank you, Miss Gloria, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, and thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys on the Zoom class for being here. There's a lot of things we're going to begin to do. People are like, well, we need. They tell us y'all need to take time off, guys. Right now is not time to take time off. Is not the window of opportunity, and I see it every day. I see it with my kids. I went to Puerto Rico. That's Tuesday. Was it Tuesday I flew out? Tuesday to attend my granddaughter's 16th birthday celebration. And I watched what was going on down there. We were in restaurants. My son was really into crypto, was paying everything with his Bitcoin. It was just so amazing how they adopted down there. And again, the United States of America is so far blinded to what the possibilities of Bitcoin are. So the early adopters that will get involved in this and get ahead of it and create plans like 4 donuts, buy 4 and get 1 free, whatever that is, if you pay me in Bitcoin, is the ones going to get way ahead of this thing. So we're going to create a directory for our members. If you accept Bitcoin, we're going to promote your business.
So guys, well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Baxter, for being the beggar of all the pizza out there.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much.